This episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief has been brought to you by BattleGrip.com. Yes, BattleGrip.com, which is a great site designed by Phillip, who is also the CEO of Steve Jackson Games. Check out BattleGrip.com. It's going on its 10th year or whatnot in production, and you can find out about all the great toys and what they were going on back in the 1970s, 80s, and 90s. I really like this site. Unfortunately, though, it makes me wish I would have been a parent back then as opposed to now, because the prices they had to pay for the cute, cool, awesome toys that they got back then. Now, on with Getting Geeky with Game Relief, and make sure you stay tuned to the end of the episode. I know it's a little bit long. It's about an hour, but stay tuned to the end, for there shall be a giveaway. Yeah, that's correct. There shall be a giveaway. So pay attention to the end of the episode, and we'll tell you how to go ahead and enter. Also, just a quick announcement. Sorry about that. But there will be no Too Many Bones Rolling with the Leafs episode this Monday, as our family has come down with a cold. But I'll give you an announcement episode. So there you go. Now let's go ahead and get geeky with Game Relief.
Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Before Panda Express opened up, there was a farmer who had chickens, and he wanted to make Kung Pao chicken, but there was an infestation of foxes that moved into the area. Now it was their duty to get enough dear old dogs to help protect the chicken. Now it is your duty, if you choose to accept it, to help so the foxes don't overtake the chickens. Sound familiar to you guys? It didn't to me neither, but this is the story of Kung Pao Chicken, a new game that is on Kickstarter currently, and we're lucky enough to have on the creator mastermind behind it, Tate Wu, who is with, with Sunrise Tornado Game Studio. Is that correct? Is that how you fall into line with this, Tate?
Yes, Blake. That's right.
Oh, okay, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. We really appreciate it, Tate.
Well, thank you for having me, Blake.
No problem, especially with such a short notice. You'll probably get it over the next week or whatnot, but we wanted to be the first podcast of the new year to wish you a Happy New Year.
Hey, thank you. Happy New Year, sir. And Happy New Year to everyone who's listening to this podcast.
There you go. Thank you. We appreciate it. So let's rewind a little bit if we could, Tate. How did you get into tabletop board gaming or card gaming?
Well, I started playing games a long time ago. I first started with Axis and Allies, and I started playing a lot of Euro games about 10 years ago. So I've been playing a lot of games. And actually, after I did some designing, so it's basically a long process for me, but it's always more like a hobby. But still trying to hopefully one day will become a main focus for my career.
Okay, cool. That sounds pretty cool. So, but you started with Axis and Allies and then some Euro stuff. That's cool. I hate to say it, but we have Axis and Allies, but we've yet to get to the table, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. I guess you have to find people who's willing to spend 5 to 10 hours. And I love to take my time and then play that game. It just is after so long, it's still one of my favorite games. And anybody who was interested, let me know. I can spend 3-5 hours just playing either side.
There you go. You got a challenger. You heard it here on Getting Geeky with Game Relief. Ty Tay's taking you on. So is that similar to Risk at all? Or, well, no, first of all, do you know if that's on Tabletopia?
uh, yeah, but I don't. I played the PC version a long time ago, but that's a very base version. And then I really like to play a larger scenarios, 1940s. Those are much more challenging, and yeah, they do take like half days and sometimes a day to play.
Okay, yeah. Hey, are you a fan of Risk? I've played Risk.
A little bit, yeah, because Risk, um, it has a lot of it's more random. I shouldn't say random, but it just the strategy is not. It's less diverse, and then it's a shorter game. And then there's a lot, not much you can do compared to Axis and Allies, and also the pieces in the game in Axis Allies it just makes the game more interesting to play too.
Okay, yeah, I've never played it yet, but I look forward to it someday. I know my son's big into war games and stuff, so yeah, I look forward to it. We'll have to see what we can do. But there's a plethora of games that we've yet to get to the table, unfortunately. What about yourself? Do you have anything on your shelf of shame or whatever they call it when you haven't got the game to the table, but you have the game?
Yeah, there's a for the games. Yeah, I it's same thing like everyone else. Is we always buy games online, and there's always so many games that we want to try and play, but just never get to the table. So it's yeah, I have a whole bunch. Um, the one I really want to play is it's I had it for like 2 3 years now. Is uh the TV show always also a TV. I just can't. Firefly, yes, Firefly. That's the one I want to play. But I had it on the shelf for a long time. Just never had a chance to play it.
Do you think you'll bring it to the table during 2018?
I really hope so. And actually, I hope people can show me the game because I'm really a lazy player. I just, I prefer someone can help me with the rules, and I can just play. And that game is, I believe it's a role play game. It takes a little longer. And it's adventure role play. Yeah, adventure, maybe a little bit RPG, and yeah, I hope so. Yes, definitely yes.
Cool, but you like the longer games from what it sounds like.
Uh, I do both. I like smaller games, but prefer they are with more strategy, not too random, and for small games. So I do play large and small games. Another large game I like to play is Through the Age. That's one of my favorite games. It takes the first time I played that game took me about 7 hours, and yeah, that game is still one of my favorites.
Okay, cool. That's cool. Yeah, I've heard of people talk of that, but we don't have that one neither. But that's cool. And so the word on the street is you have a new game on Kickstarter, Kung Pao Chicken, and because we actually tried it, and we're going to have a review on the podcast this coming Friday. Well, probably right around the time we release this interview and whatnot. But how do you go from a 7 hour or however long those games were? And you said also a lot of strategy and whatnot, to making a game like Kung Pao Chicken, which seemed to be completely opposite of those.
So I have been designing games for a while, and I have larger games, but it's really difficult to complete a larger games. I have couple games. One of them is called Seven Lords. I had it for about 10 years, and I'm almost done with that game. So a bigger game takes longer time for me to complete. And then in the past about 4 or 5 years, I've been making smaller games, very small games like Compile Chickens, a game that you can finish it in about 10, 15, 20 minutes. And I have a bunch of this small games, and I'm going to slowly publish them. And I think it's easier for me to handle on, and it's not so challenging because there's a limitation. It's this a limitation to complete a game because it's when you develop a game, when you design a game, it's not just putting cards together. There's a process of development and then publishing. So it's for myself, as a like self-publisher, it's easier to finish, develop and publish the small games. So that's why I've been working on a lot of small games, and this is the first of the series, of the mini game series I'm kickstarting. It's Compile Chicken.
So this is the first game that you come out with, is that right?
I published quite a bit of games in the past, but I'm going to there's a series of small games like Compile Chicken I'm going to release in it's I have so many of them, and I'm pretty sure I can I'm going to publish them in years after years with this small games. So Compile Chicken is basically the first mini game series that I'm launching right now.
Okay, so what can you tell us about it?
Okay, so Compile Chicken is a secret identity game, and the reason I'm making it is because I've been working on another secret identity game called Little Red Riding Hood: Full Moon Rising. I've been working on it for I believe more than 5 years now, and I'm still working on it. Hopefully, it will be done very soon. So while I'm working on this, I thought, I should just make another one, but it's easier to play and quick and fun to play. And when I designing this game, I want people to play it, but also having fun. Not just being all serious, trying to figure out who's whom, who's on my side and so forth. So Compile Chicken is actually a very entertaining game, and I add that mechanic into the game, and people play it will know it's it makes you laugh, and there's a part where you have to deduce, but there's a bigger part that you actually put get people together because it's fun to play and people laugh, and it's a really entertaining game to play with actually anybody.
Yeah, I really liked it. Me and my family and my two kids that we played it with, we really enjoyed it. Far as I could tell, they liked it, and yeah, I really like the fact aspect of. I guess we'll get into how you played it or not, but I really like the aspect of you don't know who you are. I guess the main thing, a secret identity, and with the teams or whatnot. Because my son is always begging me to be on his team, even if it's not a team game. He wants to make an ally with me or whatnot, and then. Yeah, but he wants to also win and whatnot. And then, so that was really, really great because we were able to be on the same team a couple times, but I was still able to come off victorious. Usually they kill me in games, but this time I won.
All right. That's great.
So if we were to sit down and play Kung Pao Chicken, how would that look? I mean, how would it sound? Because this is a podcast after all.
So Kung Pao Chicken, you don't know who you are. That's one of the big part in this game. So in most of the secret identity game, at least you know who you are. You're on the good side or bad side. But in this game, there isn't. I mean, of course, you feel a fox. If you are a fox, you're eating chickens. You can consider that as the bad, the evil team. But still, you don't know who you are. It makes the game a lot more interesting. And during the game, you have to play cards to different places, try to figure out who you are, and that makes the game interesting because there's another level of strategy that you have to think about. See what people talk about, what they say, and see their facial reaction, and the card they play to different places. Play to your barnyard when they play, fox to your barnyard. Is it because you have a chicken, or because you try to trick you, and just to make you think that you're a fox and they're just leaving foxes all over your barnyard. And so it's um, a play that you have to strategize. Even though the game is short, but every time when you play a card, you receive a card, you can strategize. You can think about and try to deduce. And also there's a limit limit of cards in the game. So there are 6 foxes. One of them is a double fox. So you can kind of figure out where are all the foxes, and then so during the gameplay and figure out who you are. And in the game, in the end of the round, you get rewarded if you guess your role correctly, meaning that if you guess your chicken or fox, you guess that correctly. And also there's a team effort, and that you get a group score, and so that's kind of fulfilling too, I believe.
Yeah, it really helped me sometimes, and I know my daughter. She guessed it every time. She guessed right every time, even though me and my son didn't necessarily. She guessed that I think she was a chicken every time. She's actually wondering if she can join us on the interview. Is that okay?
Oh yeah, of course.
How did you come up with the art?
The art? Oh, okay. Thank you for asking. So I actually I do a lot of paintings, and my painting style is impressions. But when I'm making this game, well, actually, talk about a little bit about the painting. So I do a lot of acrylic paintings, and then you can see them on my Facebook. And so now back to the compiled chicken. So when I'm making this art on the compiled chickens, I want people to have fun and focus on play. And also, I don't want to make very complicated drawings or illustrations. I want to make it easy looking and simple and cute, and easy to to grasp. And so they can they every drawing, every chicken, every fox, they're a little bit different. And so I really hope the audience can appreciate the art I put in. And it's not it's not just just square and boxes, but I actually put thoughts into it. And so it's a different kind of art, and that people can view can it doesn't take a lot of a deep thought to understand, and have a very easy feelings toward the art, and be happy. They would enjoy the light design, and then mainly focus on the gameplay.
Yeah, I really liked it. It's a simple game, and I thought the art did a pretty good job at matching it.
All right, thank you. Yeah,
no problem.
I really like the art, and then also there'll be stretch goals, and then so and also expansions. So there will be other more art, and then hopefully throughout all the arts in the on the expansion cards and stretch goals, people can see how I'm making this type of artwork.
Cool. Yeah, I really like it. But when we played it, we the rules that I got, it said 3 to 5 player, but looking through the Kickstarter page, is it actually it can be 2 to 5 players?
You actually play up to 2 to 6, but just like any other game, there's a it's a good balance. I personally believe that the best number is 4, because the timing and number of cards that you can play is the best combination. Now we can also play with 2. Playing with 2 is very interesting. It's it's great for couples or just kids. It's a different dynamic. It's fun. 6 player will be a little bit longer. So just want to extend the game to a group that has a 6 player. six players that want to join the game, but and I want to keep the base game just 3 to 5 player, because just throughout this throughout my experience, in design and publishing, I think the base game that you launch and you present to your audience, it needs to be more focused. You don't want to, just because I want to include a 2-player or 6-player in the game, so I add more components. I feel that the base game should be a core. And if people really like the game and want to play with 2-player or 6 players, they can get the expansion.
Most definitely cool. That was really cool. And my favorite part, I want to say, besides the play, was the presentation. I don't know, is that how it's going to come? But as opposed to having the, what do they call them, tuck boxes, I really like the plastic box that I got this in. And then instead of a dice bag, a card bag.
Yeah, it's going to be the packaging and the way it packages. Packaged. It's going to be the same for all my mini game series, the games in my mini game series. I do like the I believe it's called a pillow box, and I really like it, and a lot of people too. So hopefully, it's people like you would appreciate this different type of packaging. And it's cute, and then it has a different value, and I actually personally like it a lot.
Yeah, myself as well. I really like it. I know my friend Logan Chops Reviews, who does also does YouTube videos and whatnot. I guess he can't stand the tuck boxes. I think they're okay, but when I saw this, it was like, wow, that's awesome. And then also with the whole card bag thing. Do you is there any it will just be a simple bag, or will there be any art on those if we reach certain stretch goals or anything like that?
Right now, no, it's just a simple pouch. I am not sure how many backers I'm gonna get, so I didn't do a research on doing printings on the bags. But if there's surprisingly a lot of backers, I can try. And hopefully, but at this time I'm not prepared, and I'm just hope to have enough backers. And my strategy is just to get the game out there, and it doesn't matter how much. The goal is 1,000, and then so it doesn't matter if 1,000 is about like 100 backers. If I can get more, it would be great. But ready to get something printed on the pouch, definitely need a lot more backers. So hopefully we'll have so many that for sure it'll be enough to do some printings, like compile chicken or cute art, and have it printed on the back, and for all the backers.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, I really like it. So it sounds like, according to that, if you only need that many backers, what is it, about $10 a piece, or what are we looking at for a price?
Right now is so after a lot of so I've been thinking about the different reward levels for a long time, over a year. Even though it's just a few different levels, and the pricing is really difficult on Kickstarter, and so there is a $7 and a $9 and a $22 level. So the nine would be the average, and it was 10 a few days ago, and then finally another person convinced me to drop another $1. So now it's instead of 7, 10, so now it's 7 and 9.
Well, there you go. Cool. So it'll be 7 and 9.
Yeah, and I also want to add. So I'm not sure when this is launched, it is still enough time for people to back what I call the flying chicken level. Flying chicken. So if you back on that level in the first 3 days, you can get your game in February. That means that's next month.
Oh, wow. I like that. Cool.
Thank you.
Cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I really like this. Yeah, it really was fun. It looks like your inspiration come from playing a different game. Or how'd you get inspired to make this game?
Yes. So like what I said earlier, I was making Little Red Riding Hood for Moon Rising. It's a secret identity game with a Little Red Riding Hood, and the village has a werewolf and so forth. And so I was, because I've been working on it for so long, I thought I should make it a small game. And then a friend of mine, Peter Vaughn, who is running a studio called Breaking Game. They have a lot of games, and then so we do playtest, and we have together with other people, we run a playtest group called First Play Los Angeles or First Play LA, and so we were playtesting games, Little Red Riding Hood, and then when and Peter is he played one of the werewolves. And then, for some reason, he put the werewolf card on his forehead, and I said, "Wow, that's cool," and it's interesting, and it kind of inspired me. Um, it instantly triggered that I play Indian poker when I was in high school with my friends. You had to put cards on your forehead, and then you don't know what you have, and so from there, I instantly made compiled chicken in about a week or so, and it just it's just really quick. The core of the game was made, but it still took me a long time to fine tune the game and make sure this the way you played, it's at least it's perfect to me. And just to let you know, in the very beginning of the design, you could be either a chicken, fox, or a hound. So you could be all three animals, but that's a little bit too difficult. So hound is removed from the row, but it's still in the game. But anyway, it's just that's how it started. And the way that Peter used the card, and the Indian poker, that you don't know who you are, and you had to guess throughout the play, and you had to figure out who you are. So from there, I kind of developed compiled chicken, the guessing part. But it's the game. It's very serious without if you just trying to play the cards and try to figure out. So I added the spatial component or the mechanic in the game where you had to make poses that really help the game and really lights up and becomes a very friendly and fun game to play.
What was your favorite part of making the game?
My favorite part is when I watch people playtest my game, and then they're laughing, they're enjoying. Well, some games are more serious, so I when they play a fun game and I see they are playing it, they're laughing, making fun of each other, and they talk about it, when they finish the game. Yeah, I think that's the part I really enjoy. And I don't know if it's the same for everyone, but yeah, watching people playtest my games and then give me feedbacks, and then hope I can get the result I wanted. That's and later on when the game is published, I don't get so much complaint. I get a little complaint, and most people are having fun. That's it's very satisfying, and people come to me and say, oh, I play your game, and where and in this place and that place, and they're having fun, or they send me pictures of their gameplay where they have fun. It's that's the I believe to me is the most rewarding part of the design.
Yeah, I agree. Even though I've never designed a game, but I know my son Barbarian Leaf. He's a hard one to crack, and it seems like he likes this game. So you did good there.
All right, thank you.
Cool beans. And I really like that idea where you took out the hound. That would be a little bit difficult or whatnot, but it looks like it could go either way. But I think I appreciate it more with the hound not being one of the characters. I think that was a good move.
Thank you. Yes.
So let's see here. So yeah, they have that February where they can get it in February, and oh yeah, that's awesome. So otherwise, if they don't do that secret, what did you call it, the flying chicken?
Yeah, so that's a level. It's called Flying Chicken, and you had to back in the first 3 days. Other levels, the $7 ones is just a base game without any stretch goals or exclusive items. The $9 another. So there's a $9 flying chicken, and there's a fancy chicken is also $9. It's the same as the flying chicken, but it just if you back after the first 3 days, you're gonna get your game in April and hopefully sooner. And as another level is the $22 one that comes with 3 expansions. One is the 2 and 6 player expansion, and another one is called Surprise Chicken. Is a little event expansion designed by Eric Burgess, a very good friend of mine. And so I'll be throughout the campaign, I will be showing the artwork of that expansion. It's a very fun. So basically, when a chicken is revealed, yeah, you have to draw an event card, and so I don't want to say too much. So if throughout the campaign, I will post what the cards do when they're revealed. And also the $22 level comes with another is exclusive item. It's called the Origami card holder. So this is a origami that I designed. It's unique. So basically, instead of put the card on your forehead, you can just put the card on the card holder. The good part is that sometimes when you play games, you're going to forget that what other people are. You don't know if he's a chicken or he's a fox. So at least with that origami card holder, you can just put your role card on the card holder, so you can see other people's role at all time. So that's something very interesting. I just want to, and yeah, I just want to share with the people, with backers, and hopefully they will like it. And in one of the posts, once I launch the project, I'm gonna make a video and tell people how it is folded, because it's gonna come unfolded, and then you're gonna have chances. You have chance to fold it yourself. It's really fun, and it's really I have a little picture on the page, and again, this is a little thing I create, and then hopefully people will enjoy this origami card holder. So this $22 level covers 3 expansions, and I believe the MSRP is about 32, so it's a huge break. So 22, I think it's a pretty good deal, and with a lot of good components add together for this compiled chicken.
Yeah, I'm not very good at folding. Is there one where I can get a roll of duct tape so we can stick it on our foreheads?
No, during series of playtesting, people do suggest to offer people like headbands and so forth, and then but that is going to add the additional cost to the game. And so yes, if you have headbands, yes, you bring it out, put it on your forehead and put your card, put your roll card on your forehead. I mean that will work too. So yeah, you just have to provide it yourself.
Okay. Well, I'll have to go pick up some duct tape then. That sounds like.
Yeah, or duct tape. Yeah, but just be careful. Don't pull your hair out.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. I'll be bald, but at least I'll have had a fun time playing Kung Pao Chicken. That'll be good.
Yes, that's right.
So yeah, I really like this. Now I want to say I've heard that name before. Eric Burgess. Does he design other games?
Yes, we work on a game that I Kickstarter. Is my second Kickstarter game called the Battle of Red Cliffs. So we work on that game together, and then we are also working on a lot of games, and hopefully they will come out next this year. Actually, yeah, today is January 1st, 2018, so it'll be this year. And he also designed a lot of games, and because it's a larger game, it's called Theme Park. So that one, it's in progress, and actually he made some small and medium games, and hopefully we'll see them published this year or next year. But yeah, we meet pretty much weekly, work on different games, and we play test each other's games with some close friends. And yeah, and he's also a very big gamer in the community, and you can see he also has a podcast too. So
Oh, dude, what's that called?
it's Boardgame Babylon.
Okay, are you going to be on that one too, or are you going to be on any other podcast? Do you know?
Yeah, yes, I believe so. I was on his podcast for my other Kickstarter a few years back, and for Compile Chicken, I did a 5-question little survey and on his newsletter or or the website, Broken Babylon website, and then we're going to do a podcast later too, during the Kickstarter, and so yeah, and that's coming a little bit later. So this is actually my first podcast.
So this will be the first one. So I can go ahead and say you heard it here first on Getting Geeky with Game Relief.
Yes, sir. Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, thank you for the offer.
No problem.
How did you come up with the name?
Okay, so the name is interesting. So it has to have chicken, and I thought about using different chickens. And also people suggest I should use fox in the hen house, because the game is a little bit like there's a fox, there's hens, there's a barnyard, so it's like a fox in the hen house that the fox is trying to capture chickens, the chicken is trying to run away. But I want to use something very different. It's very it's going to be challenging. It's going to be very different. People always ask me why use kung pao chicken, because it is a Chinese dish, and you can eat it. You can always have it in most of the Chinese, most Chinese restaurants, even Panda Express. But so many things about kung pao chicken. One of them is it the way the way the kung pao chicken sound is very alive, and it just brings energy when you talk, when you tell people about it. And also kung pao in Chinese is exploding and mixing food together, like a big stir fry. And also this game is more like it's like a party game, right? You mix people together and have fun. So it's has that kind of meaning, kung pao chicken. And other than that, I have a another way to I try to tell people, try to convince people, like why I'm using kung pao chicken. It's this is people are in the kung pao chicken farm, right? So this is a bunch of chicken barnyards, and the name of the barnyard is called kung pao. So that's why it's called kung pao chicken. So I have different ways to tell people why I'm making why I'm using kung pao chicken, but the main reason is the sound of it, and also it just is it's very different, and it's a catchy name, and hopefully people will like like the thought I put into naming the game, and hopefully you like it too.
Do you like the name?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. And have you had kung pao chicken before, the dish, Chinese dish?
No.
Are you not sure? No, okay. All right, don't worry. Well, now you know a dish called kung pao chicken, which is not a game. And then, in the future, if you go to a Chinese restaurant, it's a little, spicy chicken dish, and it's pretty good if you like spicy food.
I like Kung Pao chicken. But what I like about this game is during with the New Year's resolutions and whatnot that people might be coming out with. Princess Leaf actually refers to them as revolutions. But either way, I like it that you get Kung Pao chicken because a lot of people want to lose weight for the New Year or whatnot. This way, I figure this game is 0 calories and you still get the funness and spice of Kung Pao chicken.
That's right. Yeah, and also earlier I was trying to, months back, I'm trying to, spread the word. And I tell people, this game, it's like I'm trying to tell people that no animal is harmed, in making this compiled chicken game. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Yes.
If you haven't listened to our podcast, we do something at the end called Adventures in Application Acquisition.
Okay.
So, have you been playing an app on your phone or tablet or iPad? It doesn't even need to be related to board games.
I'm sorry. Are you asking about board games app on the tablets?
It can be related to anything. A while back ago, we had somebody who had an application where you can take a picture of anything and it'll tell you whether or not it's a hot dog. Is there an application that you use a lot of? It doesn't have to be related to board games, just anything that we can talk about for a moment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw that in the TV show. Yes. But okay. Anyway, so any app, there's an app I really like. It's called Todoist. It's a task management app. Is that okay to talk about? Is any app or okay? Yeah, that's one of the app I use a lot. It manages your tasks, and then you can use it on your phone. You can use it on your browser. They all sync together, and it's really easy and quick to create tasks. And so anywhere you go, if you need to create one, you can just open it and you don't have to. There's a big plus on it. You can just click on it and start writing. And the cool thing about is it has a lot of a keyword shortcut. So you can say, okay, I'm going to eat compiled chicken at tomorrow at 8 p.m. So you translate tomorrow 8 p.m. Into a calendar, and then so we can sort it for you. And also you can say, I'm going to play compiled chicken like every the first I believe it can do that, like you can create recurring tasks with a very easy keyword. I believe if you type in EV, it becomes every. So it has a lot of keyword shortcuts for you to create. Like I want to do something at the second day or of the month, and it has a lot of also has a lot of breakdown, like a project group breakdown for you. And it also has a very interesting reinforcement mechanic called, I think it's called karma or something. So if you complete your task a lot, it has a little chart going up and saying that you're doing a good job, finishing your tasks. And so yeah, it's great. That's a app I've been using for many years, and it's and I use it for anything, and you should give it a try.
So is your karma chart going up or down? Can we ask?
It's kind of like flat line because I have so many things I want to do, and so it's and there's also a button where you can postpone your task, so it's not even though it's delayed, it becomes a future task, so your karma doesn't go down.
There you go.
Yeah, but yeah, that karma mechanic is very interesting, and it's fun to use, and I love it. It's a little app and it's powerful and very easy to learn and to use.
Is there a cost?
So there's a free version, and the free version is quite powerful. And then I believe there's a higher level where you can include the plugin in your Outlook and in your Gmail, where you can schedule or or sync with your Google Calendars or your Outlook, and I believe with a higher level, you can have a different way to group your tasks. And so, yeah, but there's a base. Oh, you can share them too, with your friends and so forth. But otherwise, yes, there's a free version you can use. You can also check out their YouTube videos. You can see how it works before you start using it. And their video is always short, and then it's easy to watch. And yeah, I really enjoy the program they come out. It's called Todoist. If I recall correctly, is Todoist.
Is it on Android and iOS?
It is on iOS. I'm pretty sure it's on Android too. But I haven't been using Android phone for a while. But I'm pretty sure they're on all platforms.
What would you do to make it better?
How to make it better? I don't know, because it fits me. The free version works very well for me. Like every time when I go out, anytime when I think of something, I open the app. I just click on plus and then just typing, and it has a little inbox where you can just add a bunch of stuff in your tasks in there, and then later on when you sit down, you can reorganize the task in your inbox to different group. So for me, it's I don't know. It's for my for the purpose I'm using, it's great. I don't know what else to add. Maybe for people who needs more comprehensive use in their task management, they probably can make better suggestion. But otherwise, it's great for me. I couldn't think of anything to add.
Well, that's pretty cool. And you said it links up to Google, your Google Calendar.
Yes, I believe. I think if you have I think I had some free upgrade before I tried it before, so you can email to a certain link and then create a new task in your Todoist, and also you can will add a tab in your Gmail where you can work. Like let's say you receive an email, then you can add that email to your task and to Todoist directly from Gmail, also directly from your Outlook. So that it's very powerful. Let's say I got an email from you. You told me to go have an interview a certain time. I can just click on the button and add it to Todoist, and that's it. It's super quick.
Okay, so like I got the email from your I know you told me what the name of it was, but I got an email from your company today saying that Kung Pao Chicken is coming to Kickstarter tomorrow.
Yes, and then on top of Gmail, it has a button where you can just click on it and then add it, that whole email into your task. So it links email. I do believe that's a higher level, so it's great. And then in your Todoist app, you can open that email from the app. It's great, and of course you can type notes. Some so the task program, you can just put a short line of description, and then and I believe with a higher level you can have a note function where you can just put a lot more information. You can attach emails and files and files, images, and so forth.
Well, that's pretty cool. Hopefully, after your Kickstarter's over, you'll stop flatlining and be able to go up for the year. That'd be good.
Yeah, I really hope so. Yeah, because if I actually do, if I follow my schedule and exercise and then do that little, every little things, yes, it will definitely go up. Otherwise, it's going to, flatline. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. But yeah, it's it doesn't, it's not as rewarding. But yeah, it does help you, push you, finish your task. And also it's a cute little program to use and for everyone.
We'll have to check it out, and we'll leave a link in the show notes, so that'd be good. So going back to your game and whatnot, I know you said you might be on the one podcast and whatnot, and I noticed there's also somebody who did a how to play video. Let's see, who was that?
Yuri.
Yuri. Okay. Will there be any other notable YouTubers or anybody else doing any reviews or any website reviews that we might be able to look out for?
Yeah, I got 4 or 5 reviews already. They're in the Compile Chicken Facebook page, and is also in the sunrisetornado.com product page. I think it's easy if you want to see all the reviews. It would be easier if you go to sunrisetornado.com and then click on Compile Chicken. There you can see all the reviews there. And yeah, I believe there are 5 already, and there should be more coming.
Okay. Do you know what ones? Just off the top of your head, do you know a couple of them that are there that people can check out?
So there's there's one I mentioned earlier from Boardgame Babylon by Eric Burgess. It's the 5 question about compiled chicken from Sunrise Tornado, and there's board game. There's another review, a video review from Uden Shoe Reviews, and there's a French reviewer, and sorry, I could not pronounce I don't speak French, but if you go to the product page, you can see the review, and there's a Boar's eye view, and they did a very interesting 3D of the game component, and also wrote a comprehensive review on the game. And so if you want to check out the components in the 3D view, you can use that review. It's pretty good. It gets a lot ahead, and because the interesting, the 360 view that they put on, it's very cool.
Okay, and if you're able to send me those links, I can make sure I include those in the show notes, as well as we're gonna have reviewing this. It'll probably come out right around the same time that this podcast comes out, or a little bit after. But this Friday, the 5th of January, our podcast review will drop on that as well.
All right, awesome. Thank you.
No problem. And per se, somebody's they've been listening, but they kind of dozed off. It wouldn't be because of you or your great game. It'd probably be because they're tired of listening to my podcast or whatever, after releasing over 100 episodes last year. Yeah, 100 episodes last year.
Wow, that's awesome.
They're tired now, and so they're suddenly jolted awake, and so they don't hit the oncoming traffic during rush hour or whatnot. And now that you've got their full attention, why should they take a chance on Kung Pao Chicken, especially with all the other great games they have on Kickstarter currently?
So this game, it's a very light game to play, and it's easy to learn, and you play with your kids, so and the kids love it because there's a cute art, and there's a lot of interaction. I mean, I really loved the game that made people interact in the game, just not just on the card, also face to face, and the poses they had to make. So it's really fun, and for any age group, if your kids, it's 9 or 10, and for sure they can play, they can try it. And even for adults, it's really fun because when you get better at a game, there's a few people that when we play, we will always after we put our roll cards to our forehead, we start to say interesting, interesting. We try not to say so much, and so people can tell, but it's the word interesting just come out of our mouth, because it's every time you get different roles, and it's just and things happen. It's just it's very interesting. It's just very fun. So it's a little game that you can um, put it out to any age group. And then if you are having the game day, it's great to if you have being played a large and serious game, bring it out, and it's a game that people can relax and for 15-20 minutes, and then go on to your next bigger game. And yeah, it's great filler, great party game for family, anytime, any age group.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I really like it, and I don't know if I'll get the opportunity. If I do get the opportunity while the Kickstarter is still running, to take it to a game group that I just joined, I'm going to see what they think about it. But I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. But yeah, it's a really awesome game. And they have until when to get the flying chicken, where they can get it by next month.
Yeah, so they have to back in the first 3 days. So it's gonna be the first day is Tuesday, so I think it ends Thursday night around 11:59. And so if you back on that level, you're gonna get your game in February, which is next month. Otherwise, just wait for a few months later will be. So everyone else will get their game before April or around April.
Okay. Can you get the expansions in the flying chicken mode or not?
No. I just yeah, it needs more time. So yeah, the Flying Chicken is base game plus the exclusive and stretch codes. So yeah, it's only available for standard games, base game, not the what I have, the Fancy Fox level, the $22 one.
Okay, so if you're listening right now, hopefully we'll have this interview up before the flying.
Flying Chicken
You said it's called the Flying Fox, the one where you no, what's the one called where you get it within the
next month.
yeah.
Yeah, it's Flying Chicken.
Flying chicken, yeah, that makes sense because the fox isn't going to fly. So, yeah, if hopefully this episode will be released before then. So you have until Thursday night at you said almost 11:59 p.m. Is that your time? Is that Pacific time or?
Oh yes, Pacific time. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you better get on that so you can get the game next month. And let's see here. We don't want to keep you all night. Mind us coming there to California to stalk you in person. How would people go about finding out about you or your games or what you have coming up?
Oh, okay. So we have two they're bigger playtest groups in Los Angeles, in Southern California. One is called SoCal Playtesting, and another one is called First Play LA. First Play LA is on the Meetup. It's a Meetup group on Meetup.com, and so if you go there, you can find First Play Los Angeles, and then you can come to our. We have a monthly event called Designer Open House, and then because I'm a co-host, so I should be there all the time. And then from the SoCal Playtesting group, is one I manage, and then we also have a playtest event every month. So if you have a game that you want to playtest, you're welcome to bring over to any of the test group events. And for that event, for that SoCal playtesting, it'd be easier if you just add me on my Facebook and then I can add you to the group. That group is a private group on Facebook, and then I believe you can find it on the Yahoo group because it started as a Yahoo group. So yeah, I run. So basically, I run playtest events at least twice a month, and so we can meet each other there. And so otherwise, just feel free to message me on my Facebook, and then we can playtest or talk about game design, and then if there other any event just happened while you're here, we'll definitely can meet there, and then have a fun day play testing prototypes.
And you have a website and a Facebook page too, don't you?
That's right. Yeah. So the product page, product site is called sunrisetornado.com. Facebook, if you just search, I don't think there's so many Tate Wu on Facebook. So search for me is TA-TE, and then last name is WU. Or try Compile Chicken game. Maybe you can find me also. But the best thing is just go to Kickstarter page or go to Kickstarter.com and then search for Compile Chicken and find me there. And then back a copy, and then you can find me there too.
There you go. Cool beans. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. Yeah, we don't want to keep you all night, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief with us.
Hey, thank you so much, Blake. And it's awesome that you doing this podcast, and I really enjoy this little chat. Hopefully, everyone stay till the end. And really, I want to thank you for you guys for taking the time listening to this podcast. And then if you hopefully when you back the game, you enjoy it, and then share with your friends, and then have fun. And let me know if you have fun or not. If you don't, let me know too. I can see if I can help improve. But this is I really spend a good time on it, and then make sure that everything is fine-tuned. A game is ready to go and ready to print. A fun game to play, and I'm very certain that you will enjoy the game too.
Yeah, I want to say my daughter, she gave it like 10,000 leaves or something on her rating.
Yes. Thank you. All right.
Yeah, well, we'll let you go, but I really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief with us.
Well, thank you again, Blake, and Happy New Year, and thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. Your daughter's name?
Princess Leaf.
Princess Leaf, right?
Yeah, Princess Leaf. Yeah.
All right, Princess. Yes, and good night, Princess, and hope you can play more games, and then any games, and play board games really good for for you and for your family. And then I'm glad you enjoy Compile Chicken and future games. Hopefully I'll send it to you and have you play test and approve my game.
There you go.
And make sure it's good. Okay, Princess?
There you go. We appreciate it. Are you still with us? I hope so. If you are, you're in for a treat. Tate, who is from the creator of this game we just talked to, has agreed to give us a giveaway. Yes, that's right, a giveaway. Win one of 5 copies of, I don't know how to pronounce this, but D-Ren-G, which he made in 2012. It's sponsored by Tate Wu, so he'll be in charge of getting the game out to you afterwards. It's a really quick giveaway. It only lasts for 11 days. That's because his Kickstarter ends in 11 days. So yeah, go ahead and check that out. The best way to go about finding out about it is to go to our Facebook page, which will of course leave a link in the show notes for you so you can find it. But that's right. Go to our Facebook page, Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf, or you can go to facebook.com and it's /GamerLeaf. That's gamer, and that's capitalized, and then leaf is capitalized as well, and then C, capital L, capital P, or just search Getting Geeky with Gamerleaf, and then our Facebook page. You'll want to check out the pinned post on the top of there. You'll be able to win 1 of 5 copies of this game, and it's open internationally. There's some restrictions that apply, but yeah, check it out. It's open internationally, and that is great. So check it out on our Facebook page once again, and you can go ahead and do different things to go ahead and try to win, or 1 of 5 copies will be given away. There'll be 5 copies. You can win 1 of them. So why not try? And yeah, go ahead and check it out. Also, we have a review listed of this game. It posted yesterday. We'll leave a link for that as well. Now, you go ahead and get geeky, stay geeky, or bring others into the geek fold. Now, thank you. You all have a great day.
Gamerleaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamerleaf's luck holds up.